when I read the script, I saw this fascinating character who clearly had a gift, and a musical gift, and a natural talent, and a joy and a love of performance. He just had this innate charisma, and he wanted to take it as far as he could. He knew it was the thing he was good at, but there was this, the closer he got to the center of his dream, which is to be a star, to be up there on stage, to be a hit maker, the more vulnerable it made him on the inside. And there's this tension between his charisma as a performer and his interior vulnerability as a man. And I found that fascinating.
Do you think his driving motive was to connect with people, to share his stories?
Yeah, I do think so. I think, I also think he was, that's part of the tradition of music and blues music that he came from, as it was, it's a very kind of mischievous, masculine world at the time. And I think he enjoyed that. He enjoyed the connection. He enjoyed the attention. But I think, as I say, the closer he got to it, the further away he felt from it, if that makes sense.
This must have been a tough role because it was the accent,
Yeah.
and also the music, the singing. Tell me about doing all of that. How does that make you just fill his shoes, and so to speak?
I mean, they're big boots. They are big boots to fill. I don't know quite how I did it. I just immersed myself in his recordings, in his musical recordings, and in his. There are all kinds of brilliant, fascinating, lost concerts you can listen to, and he used to sort of do a radio show in the morning. They called the Mother's Best recordings because the sponsor of the show was Mother's Best Flour, just absorbing all of it really and listening to it was my way in. And then the singing the songs, like anything, whether you're playing an athlete or a musician or somebody with a unique skill set, you have to just train and practice. It's not going to happen unless you practice. Nothing like that comes easy. And so I went down to Nashville in Tennessee, and I lived there for 6 weeks, and I just spent every single day practicing.
And how does Mark Abraham's filmmaking style play into this movie? What does it bring to this project?
Well, Mark Abraham is, his extraordinary gift is his compassion for these characters. He never judged them. They're complex people with contradictory emotions and characteristics. They are intermittently kind and cruel. And he understands that sort of all human beings are full of contradiction and complexity, and he was very delicate about the writing and the staging of the scene, so that you got a sense that Hank and Audrey specifically, his wife, played by Elizabeth Olsen, that they had a very delicate relationship, and the way he handled that was beautiful, I thought.